Welcome. I'm here to give you the philosophy how to expand and build upon your creativity, imagination, and innovation. Everything is created twice, first in the mind, then it becomes reality. What a mind and man can conceive and believe it can achieve. So you go out there day after day to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly, authentically, even though the success, the creation has not arrived, has not manifested just yet. But you know that the richest place on earth, the richest real estate on earth is the graveyard where dreams and goals and everything like that die along with you because you did not have the courage, the action taken, the frameworks, the skills, the go-getter energy is gonna go out there and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. You're gonna have all that. This is the method, the philosophy, framework, and action taking, applied practice known as create like a God. That's your man, Jaron Mitchell, aka Jaron Winning Mitchell. Today's topic we're talking about today is why you do not need college to be a successful creative. Okay, so we have this topic right now. Reasons why, basically, that you don't need to go to college or anything like that. You can do there's a lot of self stuff. There's a lot of self courses you can do. You can join somebody's mentorship. You don't have to put yourself in thousands of dollars in debt. I went to school for it because of the reason. So I'm giving you guys those who think, hey, maybe should I go to art school? Should I go to art school? I don't know. AI is coming to be. This is your choice, but you got to make sure what you're getting into is a return on your ROI. What is ROI? I talked about this before. Return on investment. Okay. ROI. That's what it is. Do not go ahead and go to school, go to college, get a bullshit ass degree, a bull degree, or that some people go ahead and get, and they wonder why. Oh, I'm in debt. Why I'm in debt? Why I'm in so much debt? I can't find a job. There's no job because the job you pick. This is not just you as a creative individual. If you're watching this or you're the first time listening to this, I can say is that if you're going to school for not a good return on investment, and this is what they got, was it gender studies or some other stuff like that? They're not going to get their ROI back. You do not need that degree. History or anything like that. You do not need that degree. I don't know. Let me know. If you're a history major or anything like that, the reasons why you need to get in there, let me know. But you got to make sure you got to get on your return on investment because now school is expensive. The government got part of the school system. I forgot what year and all the other stuff. And now student loans debt is up, and that's why we're going on because the government got involved in our educational system. We don't need the government involved in our education system. We need the government out of it. That's why you got the Department of Education. Needs to be gone. Okay. All that stuff needs to be gone. It's not making us better. It's not making the country better. It's not making money in your pocket right now. Now you have these phones in your hand. You can actually do general knowledge through the phones. You can actually learn all this stuff through the phones, educate and actually gain information. There's books. Get some books. Educate yourself. Education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Okay. You don't, I know some of you just making a living. Okay. You want to make a fortune. You want to get yourself in a better position. Okay. School's not going to teach you about money. You're going to have to go to workshops. You're going to have to invest in yourself. You're going to have to invest into those type of things where you can go and do that. And the whole reason I'm talking about this is because you as an artist, there's some artists that's out there, some creative individuals out there, you don't need to go to school. Okay. You may have to put in some investments. You may not have a computer or anything like that. There's schools like the Los Angeles Film School I'm going to that gave me a computer, but you don't really need you really don't really need a degree to like in college and all that, right? So and do stuff. You just need, it will give a bachelor's could open up doors, more opportunities. Yes, it could, but we have a whole epidemic of of of, of young kids, people going to school and they get out of school and they're not getting a job with the degree they had. They're going to other stuff and they don't have a degree in the field that they study. Okay, it's a little different. I think if it's law, doctors, certain little degrees, yes, we need those. We need those type of people and get your degree, man. We want to make sure you qualified. Okay, but you got to make sure you go ahead and get like some like trade schools. Okay, again, being an artist and all that, it's a skill. It is a skill. It's over time. You just gotta learn how to practice to write more, right, and be consistent. Don't be like me, up and down, off and on. Don't be consistent. There's some people that does that too, but they get back and take seriously when you're gonna be serious in it. So in this episode of Create Like a God podcast, okay, this episode right here, I'm gonna talk about the college system outdated for creators, entrepreneurs, and artists. Okay, I know some entrepreneurs business people that go into up there, but I want to learn how to build a business, not like actual build a business, not work for the business or anything like that. That could work too. It depends on your goals. Okay. So again, we're going to have another episode, why you should go to college. That's going to be tomorrow's episode 24, why you should why do you need to go to college? Why you should go to college or something like that. Okay. So, okay. So the system college is outdated for creators, entrepreneurs, and artists, and how you can build real skills, make real money, and build a proper business without the debt or the paper. Okay. Let's break breaks free from a degree trap. Okay. And I hear a lot of these folks. And again, going back to let me see, get a building a business without not without going into debt. So student loans, again, the government got involved. There's good debt and bad debt. Maybe we should talk about it more when I talk about more on finances and stuff like that. There's good debt and bad debt. Student loans is bad debt. Okay. Even if you file bankruptcy, the student loans are staying. Okay. They are staying. Okay. And the problem is you have usury. Okay. It's also, what is usury? Okay, usury is like the you're getting taxed, the interest basically, right? You basically, it keeps you poor, right? It keeps the poor and all the other stuff. And now, and I think more in America, but back in the day, before I go ahead and get with that, back in the day, usury was illegal. They didn't have usury, anything like that. Now that we have usury here, it's in America. Debt, you getting hit with interest almost in every little thing that you got right here. Okay, that we got with credit cards, which is really bad. Some with student loans you got there, with the interest. You also got was it car loans and stuff like that. So even with car loans, that's not a good, depending if you're doing business, that's not good debt. Okay, so you have good debt and bad debt. Student loans is bad debt. Okay, you need to return all your ROI. Okay, if it's a return of your ROI, your return on investment, that is good debt. And debt, usually now, money is useless. Money is just paper. Money is useless. The wealthy use debt. The wealthy use debt to actually build their business and actually pushing further. And they talk about it, billions of dollars. Why do you think America is in $37 trillion right now? Because it's debt. Okay, the money, the more they're gonna keep on printing money. All they gotta do is print in the money. Literally, it's like a whole little matrix thing. Their own little was it, what's they say, what's the saying, goose, the golden goose egg and all that other stuff. So literally the government, the Federal Reserves, okay, literally has all that. Okay, we don't even vote for it. Okay, so you got to understand this. Okay, if you do go into school and use debt, go into debt with all this, you have to be strategic. You have to be strategic and pay it back and make sure you get your ROI. And that's what I'm here to say. That's why I'm talking about this. Okay, you don't need to go to college. If you're creative, a business person looking to build a business, you don't need to college. Okay, you need to actually build a portfolio, actually get results, and actually doing the work. You can use LinkedIn, Pluralsight. There's also Nomen. I'm going to talk about in one episode what sites we can do with education yourself with all this other stuff as well. Nomen, podcast, a lot of other information, books, which I just got this book today, which now I'm going to make another video. It's going to be another podcast for 2026. Stay tuned. Okay, so I got this book right here, how to make video games all by yourself. Okay, starting off, right, being a producer. And I was scamming through this and actually saying that be a producer. And I talked about this on one of my episodes, be a producer, right? Being a producer and a consumer. I got this one, writing novels. Okay, Save the Cat, writing novels. Also have the other one, which is the writing screenplays right here. And also got this one that came in, The Golden Theme, which you probably can't see it. This book, The Golden Theme. Okay, these are mostly writing books. I got one game development book that I came in today. Already been having this is Pixar storytelling. Okay, storytelling with Pixar and all that. Constantly like work on it, go through it. Go through courses and actually educate yourself. Find a mentor. I suggest getting a mentor. If you're doing anything, like go to Animator Mentors. There's also Vertex School. There's so little things, you can do, and you just have to pay for it. Make sure you get the money and the time to go ahead and do it. Okay. And you may think, how I'm able to get the money. Hey, you gotta look for it. Okay. So let's go ahead and start today's topic. Before we go ahead and start today's topic, make sure you guys go ahead, like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay. So that way you can stay tuned more on the podcast on YouTube. If you're watching or listening on Spotify or Apple iTunes, and everywhere we listen to on audio, make sure you make sure you give me a 5-star rating and review. Tell me, give me feedback. I won't be upset about it. Okay. You won't hurt my feelings. Okay. Give me some feedback. Okay. And that way I can make the show better. Okay. We can go ahead and do that. And again, another thing too, another call to action. I know it's pretty too much. You probably do. Everything's going to be in the show notes, by the way. Okay. Also on Rumble as well. I haven't been mentioning Rumble. If you're watching on Rumble, which I'm a little bit behind, I'm uploading on Rumble. Make sure you go ahead and also do the same thing. Okay, follow. It's not hit subscribe, it's more following up there. But make sure you guys, another thing, one more time. Okay, make sure you go ahead and get your free online course, A Way to Obtain Creative Freedom. Okay, if you're looking for extra, I don't say extra money, but you look to actually build a business, all that, you can go ahead and get our copy your recession proof business model. You can go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer. That's with a K. If you're watching, if you're listening to this, there's them in the show notes in the description below as well. And you can go ahead and let me see. For some reason, it is not here for some reason. I'm not sure why. Can't scan it right here. So I guess something going on with StreamYard over here. But yeah, again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. So that way you get more episodes, get the daily podcast every single day on my YouTube. And if you're listening on to my Spotify and Apple iTunes, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, because there's going to be more is that. And I'm going to give you guys up to dates on the new podcast I'm going to be having for 2026. Let's go ahead and get started. Point number one. Today's topic I'm talking about today is why you don't need to go to college to be a successful creative. Okay, or just in general. Okay, point number one: being in debt, especially college debt. It is a trap. Okay, I already mentioned this a little bit already. I already touched upon this already. Okay, student loans are the worst kind of debt. It's not good debt. You're not guaranteed your of ROI. I mentioned that your return on investment, and almost impossible to discharge. Okay, many creative graduates with 150,000 between 50K to 100K thousand in debt. No marketable skills. Imagine investing in some money in courses, mentorship, and tools in business and building a brand. Okay, so you need to make sure you go into a good school, and maybe expensive everything, but it could be worth it. You know, me going to Los Angeles Film School. I know there's a lot of AI and stuff going on, but when you go into school, that's why you got to build a portfolio. You have to have a goal. What is your definite chief aim? What is your goal to get go to school? Okay, same thing you have also with Unity, right? Unity has the little training stuff where you're able to train and get your little certifications and stuff like that. With Unity, I don't see that with Unreal, but you can be like a somewhat Unreal courses and all that other stuff. So you can get some with Unreal. Okay, the truth bomb right here. But going before we go to that. Okay, with Unreal doesn't have that, but you can actually go through that same thing to get like, what was it? I can't think of it. I just said the word right now, man. Certifications. Okay, you got the certifications and training and all that other stuff. You get certified, right? So that stuff you can also do and invest. There's some money, other stuff you can go courses and invest. You have to invest. You have to invest. This is investment into my skills. This is investment to get better. This is investment to make some money. And also too as well, I know I'm not sure, from what I know, there's no school that teach me about money or anything like that. Educate yourself on money. Go through workshops on money. Go through was it Grant Cardone stuff? Go through more of Grant Cardone's more entrepreneurship and stuff like that. Many of you may disagree with them. But if you're looking to build a business and all that, which if you're an artist, you're a business, you're a brand, okay? You have commissions, go out for commissions and all that. You're building a business. You're looking for clientele, okay? Learn sales, learn marketing. You know, these are the stuff you're going to learn. Once you learn sales and marketing, you would never go hungry. You literally never go hungry because you learn the skills. These skills will always take with you. You can basically sell almost anything, okay? Basically anything, because you have the skills, you know marketing, okay? You know sales, okay? Those two together, and you constantly work towards building your personal brand every year and keep going for it, is going to get it's going to be worth paying for. And so keep investing in yourself, investing in these skills, and use the money, pay for it. Okay, don't be afraid to pay for it. No, buy the courses, get the courses, go through the courses, finish the courses. Okay, whatever you buy. Okay, the truth right here, the system is designed to make you workers, not winners. And not that they want you to be workers. Okay, they may think, hey man, yeah, of course you need work. You need to have a job, right? So there's a quote by, I think it's John D. Rockefeller. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. Okay, you gotta constantly think. Okay, you gotta think for yourself. For me, I want a nation of workers, and I want a nation of critical thinkers and hard workers. Okay, because we come together, we have critical thinking skills, we come together and we work hard, we can build something massive, something great. It makes something even better because we all come together and we get a mastermind, which was yesterday's episode, and come aligned to a common goal. Okay, so that's the truth, man. They don't really want you to win. You know, that's why you may say some schools on all that stuff, but they're making money. The schools, the college, they're making bank because the government got involved. The Department of Education, all that stuff got involved. They do not care. They care about the money. Okay. They really don't care. That's why once you file bankruptcy, you're stuck with it for life. You can't get rid of it. Student loans you can't get rid of. And I know tax when you file and you got to pay the taxes and all that, you can't get rid of it either. Which that makes sense to me. Pay your taxes. Even tax is a kind of theft in a way. I think they started taxing America during, I think Abraham Lincoln during his time. If I'm correct on my history on that, let me know if I'm wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and get to point number 2. Today's topic we're talking about today is why you do not need college to be successful creative. Okay, that degree is just a piece of paper. Companies do not care. They don't care. Okay, they just know, okay, this person completed, able to do it, he's able to get the job. Okay, companies do not care. Okay, depending on what area of expertise, what area are you going to, that's why you got to be so good that they can't ignore you. You got to be good. I know it's hard for an individual. It's hard for somebody who has no experience, to put themselves out there. But that's why you got to build your portfolio. You got to keep on working towards it, build it, and keep asking for feedback, criticism, and all that can help you. Can help you get jobs and stuff like that, and possibly put yourself in different positions. Okay, so the degree doesn't guarantee results, doesn't guarantee you to get hired. Okay. The results from the skills, application, and execution. In today's world, your portfolio, work ethic, and online presence matter more than a diploma. Okay. It matter more, way more, especially looking to freelance. All that stuff matters way more than a diploma. It's cool. You learned it. You went through it. You was able to go through it. But you need to make sure you have a portfolio that you can do. You're trusted to be able to do the work. That's why you need to focus when you get into school and focus what you get into. Okay. College teaches outdated sometimes, not all the time. The LA Film School don't teach outdated stuff. You're later on could be outdated when you get out and everything like that. But that's why you got to constantly learn, constantly improve, constantly be around the industry and keep on improving your skills. Okay. Because everything is improving each year. And college teaches outdated models, not how to, they don't have to teach you how to get clients. They really don't. They don't teach how to get clients, build a brand, or sell your art. They don't teach you. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I know from I haven't taken the class yet. I know from Los Angeles Film School, they have portfolio classes, which I'm right there at the, right there. They also have, what else they have? They also have the last class I'll be taking when I go back in the beginning of 2026. I wanted to get back in November, but things ain't working out. But back in 2026, I had like professional branding. So all that stuff there teaches you there. Not all schools will do that. But we'll see. I'll see how that goes. And maybe when I complete the course, I can update or give you a part 2 or something like that. But I'm gonna give you guys another way how you can get your return on investment, your ROI, and when you go to school, which is gonna be in tomorrow's episode. Okay. So, and also too, right here, you can't deposit a degree into your bank balance, but you can deposit results. Okay. Your results matter. Okay. And also many other things we talking about why you should go to school. Okay. Build your network, which you can do that and congregate wherever people congregate online, and also look through LinkedIn. I suggest anybody goes through like 3D or any or 3D stuff or any professional stuff. I'll say go through LinkedIn. Okay. Let's go ahead and get to point number 3. Today's topic we talking about today is why you don't need a college degree. You don't need college to be a successful creator, getting a degree and all that other stuff, right? Point number 3, you don't need a degree to build a business. Same thing, you entrepreneurs right there. You business folks, right? You want to build a business, go build that business. Okay. But make sure you can actually build stuff now. You can actually get stuff ready. You can build, we're going to talk about why you need a funnel and build an email list and certain things you can do. You can start now. And later on, you can start putting in into protecting yourself. Launch it now. Okay. Just why right now I've been holding this podcast up. I just launched it. Forget it. Launching it. Okay, we're just gonna do it. If you got a podcast idea, just do it. Okay, stay consistent. You not may got results right now. You may, okay, I'm gonna figure this out, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to figure this out and get this podcast rolling, build this YouTube channel. I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Okay, entrepreneurs learn by doing, not by memorizing theory. Okay, you can, and also too with real world marketing, sales, branding, and product building can be learned online faster and cheaper. And also leveraging systems already built. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. That's why you can go ahead and get your free course. Okay, get our copy recession proof business model at jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer. Okay, you can go through the course. It's up to you. results, it's all up to you. The money you want to make is all up to you. Nothing is guaranteed. Okay. And this is a way to give you creative freedom. You're an artist. You want to make some money. You want to put yourself out there. You want to have creative freedom. That's why I look for me. I'm looking for creative freedom. This can help you, but it's not going to be guaranteed. Okay. You got to put in the work, just like when you go to school and you go put in, you work on, your skills and all that. You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to follow certain things. And there's calls every single day, basically, too, as well. And all right. And also, too, what I got, let me see right here. Yeah, building a product, learn faster online, it's cheaper. There are free and paid tools that teach you more than a 4-year college degree, or basically 4 years of college at a fraction of the cost. Okay, it can teach you. Okay, you got Blender, and many of you may not have Maya. I have a video on Maya. Maybe I'll pull it up somewhere. And I got a video on Maya talking about this, where you can, if you're an indie creator and all that, you can pay for it. It's like literally, I think it's like $3.99, $2.99 or something like that. You can pay yearly. And we have Blender. So there's more tools. We have Blender. Blender is going to probably be a competitive right now. Also, too, just need to learn the basics. If you're modeling in 3D and all that, you just need to learn the basics of the things. And once you learn the basics of modeling and topology and learning how topology and edge flow and all that works, you can go to any other modeling system using like 3DX Max and Cinema 4D, depending on what the workflow you're going to be, games, from films and all that. Okay. So again, yeah, and you don't in today's, you don't really need you can start a business today. You don't need permission. You just need to take action. The hardest part of starting a business is you have no clients. That's probably the hardest part. But you can do little things where you can market it and promote, which I got the book. I got the, maybe we're gonna have some more episodes on this, but talk about more, which I have right here, the marketing workshop with Grant Cardone and everything. This is my first one. Hopefully I can get me to another one. But go into another, we talk about some stuff through that and what you can learn also as well. Give you some podcast episodes on that, you guys. So let's go ahead and get to point number 4. Today's topic we're talking about today is why you don't need a college degree or go to college to be a successful creative, okay, or entrepreneur, okay, or artist, okay. Point number 4, you don't need a degree to be an artist or to get hired. You don't need it. Okay, a degree probably give you some more money, but I think more of the skills that you build over time, and you have a good portfolio. That's basically your marketing is your portfolio, and you go out and talk and you start sending stuff out. You be like that 10x. You basically with clients, you go 10x. You keep sending stuff over. You keep pushing. You keep going, talking to a lot of people. You build up your pipeline. We're gonna talk about like that with sales. You build up your pipeline and everything like that. Then you would be able to have more chances of getting hired. Okay, more chances of getting better. And if no one replies back, no one sends nothing back, that means your portfolio, something's wrong with your portfolio. Something's wrong with what you're doing. You need to change that. Okay, you need to do some changes. Okay, so studios care about your skills, not about diplomas. Okay, really don't. They really don't. Even other companies, they really don't care about your diploma. They care about your skills. And some of them, I don't know why, but there's some, when I go in and I go look for jobs and everything like that, they look for someone who's 3 years or 4 years experience. Is like, dang, bro, like I'm looking for a job, bro. Like, come on, man, help a brother out. Like, I can get some experience with you. But I think it's more of your attitude as well. If you have a good attitude, good personality, I think maybe they would. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, I always wanted to work for a studio. That changed, actually. And that's why we're gonna talk about it. Probably talk about it later on, not tomorrow, probably in episode 25. About a new pod I'll be launching, and I'll do a video on that, and I'll have you guys connected and everything if you're more into the gaming industry. Okay, so clients hire off of portfolios, not paper. In the creative world, show your work, which there's a book also from Austin Kleon, Show Your Work, post your progress, and deliver value. Okay, you need social media. That's all you do is social media. That's why you need to build your YouTube or your social media presence. You're going to need that. Okay. Build your portfolio, build your presence, pick one. Okay. Pick one you can do, master that, and go on to the next one. Start building your personal brand. Okay. Start getting clients, people to know, like, and trust you. And for me, like right now, like, yeah, I can talk about business. I talk about art, but there's also other, personal development. I'm going to bring in a little bit of my lifestyle, bring in my life and what I got going on, some health. not just all the time with this, but we're going to be talking about this, but a little bit stuff behind the scenes, a little bit more character, like, oh, okay, Jared, you cool, man, you cool. I don't know, give you a little bit personality, like give you guys know me some more, So along with that too, okay, about to get on in 30. I thought it was going to be a quicker episode, but pro tip right here, you know what you can do? Which I don't know why Fiverr's on here, but use all platforms, but you can use all platforms. Use all platforms, ArtStation, LinkedIn, Instagram, Fiverr, or Upwork to showcase your work and get noticed, no degree required. You can use those. You can use Contra as well, which I'm on Contra. Or what you can do, which if you want more control, like someone like myself, which I'm going to end up doing, you can use either like ClickFunnels 2.0, which you can go to jaronmitchell.com/ClickFunnels, or again, which you can use Go High Level, or you can just go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer, get your free, go through the free course, go through it, pay for the system and use that system. And you can use that to build upon, which I'm looking to do is a portfolio funnel. Okay. You got portfolio, 3D character portfolio funnel. Focus on the 3D characters and stuff like that. Then you have services and all that. I could put it on the services side, but it'd be more focusing on the 3D funnel and give my clients and customers, that potential customers, through a sales process, you can say. So I just don't know how. I'm trying to figure out a way to go about that, because I haven't seen no other company does that. And I know companies that do like clients or are looking for services and stuff like that. So all that, I'm trying to figure that out, and it's going to get there. We're going to figure it out. So that way I can do more 3D stuff and more freelance work and other stuff as well. And, which I more want to do creative freedom, but I'm fine with working with a cool project. That's something somebody want me to work on. I would love to work on. Okay. And right here, okay, let me go. But that's the pro tip. You can use mostly ArtStation. You can use, there's other ones as well, but ArtStation, if you're looking for games, I specifically, or even probably films, you just go through ArtStation, just build off ArtStation. You can use LinkedIn too. They got this freelance service type of thing, but you can bring use LinkedIn, and you could probably put it on there with the photos of your portfolio and your website. But you use ArtStation as well, okay, and other social media sites. But ArtStation would be more likely to go ahead and use that from the industry I'm trying to get into and other stuff. Just use ArtStation, okay? And the bonus takeaway is a degree is a signal. But it can be built. But you can build your own signal through proof of work, clients, content, and consistent output. Okay, that's why put yourself out there. Sometimes go on streams, man. Start streaming some stuff. Start streaming what you can do. Especially today, you're gonna have a lot of That's why you're an artist. Why you need to keep your receipts, because there's gonna be a lot of people gonna be questioning: is this AI? Did you use AI? Or if you do use AI, just be authentic. Yeah, I use AI. But I won't do it in your work. I'm just testing, playing with it, playing with the tools, playing with AI, just doing it with my own work, not with my client work. Not no person who's unethical that would use some BS and say, oh yeah, I did this, or yeah, it's AI and all this other stuff, but charging like $100 and all that, bro. There's no effort in that. No, people can smell that. We don't need that. Okay, let's go ahead and recap today's topic that we're talking about today is why you don't need you don't need to go to college or have a degree to be a successful creative, which I didn't mention this to you guys. I do have a degree in computer animation. You probably see it on my LinkedIn account. Okay. So point number one, debt. You got to make sure you get your return on investment, your ROI, especially college debt. It's a trap. Okay. The government got involved in it. That's why you got so many student loan debt, people going into debt because the government got involved. The government ruins it. In Department of Education, they filmed all this other stuff, and now I got involved, and now they're ruining it. And you got to pay it. You file bankruptcy, you still got to pay it. Okay. So student loan is the worst kind of debt. Okay. There's good debt and bad debt. We're going to have more episodes on finances and money and stuff like that. No guarantee of ROI, almost impossible to discharge. Many creatives graduate with between $50,000 between $100,000. Okay. 6 figures. No teaching about your skills, no doubt, depending on what no school you go to. Got your return on investment. If it's expensive, you better go do whatever you can with it. Okay. Invest in money and courses and tools in business. Start also, you get out of school. If you decide to go to school, keep on learning, keep on building, keep on getting better. Okay. The truth is designed to make workers, not to have you be a winner of what you're doing. Okay. Designed to be workers. If you do want to be a worker, that's fine. Some people want to work. They don't want to own business. That's fine too. Okay. Point number two, point number two, that degree is just a piece of paper. They don't care about the piece of paper. Build your portfolio, work on your portfolio, your work ethic, your online presence matter more than the diploma, matter more than the, actually it says diploma, matter more than the degree, not diploma right here. I don't know why it has diploma, degree. Okay, has is matter more than degree. I gotta, again, I have a computer animation degree, don't have a job in computer animation. Okay, but I didn't have a great portfolio. So hey, I need to update. I need to get better. Get better at what you do. Keep focus on building it and surround yourself with people that's going to help you. Okay. College teach you outdated materials sometimes, models, and how to get clients, build and brand, and not to sell. Okay. Depending on what school you go to. Okay. In Los Angeles Film School, there's everything up to date. Some things new, but later time, like over the years you go through it, some of the stuff's going to be outdated, or it could be the same. That's why you got constantly moving, working on your workflow and getting better at what you're doing. Okay. Point number 3, you don't need a degree to build a business. Same thing with business owners. You don't need a degree. Okay. You can go to school. Some of the stuff is free. You can either pay for online, Grant Cardone University, Russell Brunson stuff. You don't need to go through a 4-year degree. As long as you stay focused and have, some people need structure and actually go to school and all that and have that structure and stuff like that. Understandable. That's what you're probably paying for in school. And same thing with some courses and community and all that. Okay. And you just need to start a business. Just go ahead and start. You don't need to form an LLC and all that other stuff. Waste more money, waste more time, money, energy, and focus and attention. You got to make sure you get your return on ROI. You can see if your business works, your ideas works, and that way you can get your return on investment and you can form the LLC and all that later. Okay. Point number 4, you do not need a degree to be an artist to get hired. Okay. Studios don't care about your skill. Studios care about your skills, not your degree. They don't care about your degree. Okay. They care about your skills if you can do the job. Okay. And clients hire portfolios, not paper. Okay. You probably have a maybe a upper chance in a way. Let me know if you're a person that, let me know. I just think degrees may not be worth it, but if you do go to school, you need to be strategic so you can get your ROI and get your money so you won't get used up through the usury. Okay. Use up through usury is your interest rate, super high. Okay. You got to pay for that stuff. You got to pay it back. Okay. Clients, you can use clients and all the stuff that you learn. Okay. To build all that. And if you do freelancing, make sure you put yourself in a position where, actually we have a whole episode on that, but you got to make sure you put yourself in a position where you do not quit your job early. You got constant clients coming in, so that way you can also increase your prices the more you get better and all the other stuff too. And don't do stuff for free. Don't do work for free. Okay. Maybe you can, maybe one video help them out. You basically have that most incredible gift ever irresistible offer. Okay. Pro tip, I just suggest using platforms like ArtStation and LinkedIn. Okay. Instagram, you probably use Instagram, but that's not going to be client. I say clients probably more on ArtStation, LinkedIn, and probably somewhere else where they congregate. Okay. This is what good. That's why you need to go to jaronmitchell.com/.com secrets. You'll learn about that with how .com secrets to build a business online that can work with freelancing. Okay. You can use Fiverr, which you don't have to pay for, which you can depending on what it is. Upwork, same way, to showcase your work and get noticed, not a degree. I suggest not using Upwork and Fiverr. Some of this stuff, because I think it's very cheap and stuff like that. You could probably use Instagram because it's connected to Meta. Depending on where we gotta look for the right groups and everything like that. Okay. And here's the key. Again, here's a bonus takeaway. A degree is a signal, but you can build your own signal through proof, work, content, clients, results, and consistent output. Keep on working, keep on building your skills. Okay. Make sure, again, okay, before we go ahead and end this, make sure you like and subscribe. Okay. Hit that notification bell so that way you guys can get more content like this and not more other content on my YouTube channel. If you're listening on Spotify and iTunes, okay, make sure you hit that 5-star rating review or 5-star ratings and review and hit and follow, subscribe, whatever it says. And let me know. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. Let me know if you learned something. Let me know if you provide some value. And one more call of action right here for you. Okay. Free online course to obtain creative freedom. You can use it how you like. Okay. To copy our recession-proof business model. It's a free course. You can go through it, see if it's for you, if it's not for you. And again, if you decide to go through it, you can go ahead and go through it and book your call. Either you get somebody like me or my mentor. I think me or my mentor in there when you go through it and see if this is for you and if you qualify to work with us. All right. Folks, is not where we at to where we come from. Always create like a God. You're the master of your fate. You're the captain of your soul. You are made in the image of God. Worship the one. You're made in the image of God. God give you a brain to think for yourself. So take full possession of your own mind. Worship the one true creator, which is Allah. And I believe no God, no deity worthy of worship except Allah. And always create like a God. Talk to you guys tomorrow.